Thanks, Kay. Well, prior to Wednesday, Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott had seemingly been on target and was looking really good coming back from that recovery from a season-ending ankle injury. But it was during the first padded practice, we weren't seeing him do much during the 7-on-7 drills. And then after that, ahead of the team drills, the 11-on-11, we saw him off to the side with a trainer. He trotted in. We were told that he was dealing with some muscle soreness. Later that evening, however, the Cowboys released a statement saying that he had an MRI in Oxnard, California that yielded a muscle strain. Now, right now, he is being described as day-to-day, but Dak Prescott himself saying that he just wanted to be cautious. He was dealing with some soreness during the warm-ups, and you know what? This isn't a major setback. He'll be just fine. What doesn't look fine is their depth at the backup quarterback position. The backups getting picked off during team drills as defense has been incredibly tenacious throughout camp. But if we've learned anything in the last couple of years, going back to 2016, of course, last year, the importance of that backup quarterback is key. Okay?
Cooper Rush, Ben DiNucci, Garrett Gilbert, no proven entity at that backup spot. It's super scary, and I'm not super scared about this injury, but the lack of depth, I mean, Jane just nailed it, is really concerning on this squad that has Super Bowl in their sights and wants to go from Oxnard to Los Angeles for Super Bowl 56. So we'll see. We see this from time to time when a player gets back from a major injury and they experience some soreness the following season. How concerned are you guys when you heard about Dak not being quite 100%?
Yeah, I'm concerned that this season is going to be what's eating Garrett Gilbert. You know, I think that if you're a Cowboys fan, you don't want to go through that again. You went through that purgatory last year. We were all going to be on the Dak watch, right? Trying to figure out how's the ankle, how's the leg, how does he look, and looking for anything that would maybe say, look, he's not 100%. And then for this to happen, yeah, I'm a little concerned just from a standpoint of you don't want this to linger. I'm concerned that it happened and they've only been in camp for what, a couple of days now, not even a week, and all of a sudden there's soreness. It's not even like, man, it's 2 weeks, it's an overuse thing. So I just don't want this thing to linger. So I'm glad they're taking care of it now. Sit him now so that this thing doesn't rear its ugly head in week 1.
No doubt. Sooner than later. You'd rather it happen now than at any point later in training camp or even during the preseason. My son Nehemiah a few years ago broke his ankle significantly. Not as bad as Dak's, but he completely broke it and had to put screws and plates in it. And he's training right now. And oftentimes he'll come home and he'll say, Dad, my ankle's really sore. And I have to, as a father and a coach of the team, decide if he needs to sit or he just needs to ice it. And I think oftentimes there's this gray area.
Tough
because
love.
you want these guys to be out there. You got to tough it out, but you just don't know. So I'd rather lean on the end of overprotecting my son, just like the Cowboys are doing with their investment, which is Dak Prescott, rather than saying, go out there and tough it out. You're good to go.
I hear that. It's safe, of course, cautious. I think my emotion about all of this is annoyed. Like, I'm annoyed that we're having this conversation. I'm annoyed that I looked at online yesterday and, like, Dak has an injury issue. It's like we've talked about this for 10 months now, and on July 29th, we see the words concerned and health under Dak Prescott. Ultimately, you know, maybe nothing, muscle strain, whatever the hell that is, but it bothers me. Like, this is our guy here. This is the politician for the Dallas Cowboys. And, you know, I don't think ultimately it impeded his ability to be president, but Biden falling up those stairs a couple of times was a tough look, and it gave a lot of ammunition for people who are his critics, and you don't want to see that. I don't want to see Dak on the sideline right now. You go on Eagles Twitter, they're already rejoicing. Oh, he's a China doll. He's not a China doll. It's a stupid thing to say, but I am annoyed. Like, I want to see Dak, and I want the real Dak, and it's still July, and we're talking about concerns, so get the hell off the screen.
Concerned about the backups? Coming off a serious injury, wouldn't you think they would have looked at
here's the thing.
A better veteran presence potentially?
Well, I think, you know, last year, like, they had the guy. Andy Dalton was perfect.
Yeah.
Veteran, backup, playoffs, and then, like, it didn't work out.
Well, he got knocked out.
Yeah, no, it did, but also he just didn't play that well, so... Yeah, I guess I would go better backup, you know? It's like your house burned down, you didn't have insurance. Like, maybe you should get insurance this time, you know? Not
a lot of proven vets out there available right now, guys. Bortles, probably the most accomplished free agent quarterback.
Just left Green Bay.
On a team. More Good Morning Football on the way. And yes, Oxnard, California, with Kurt Warner, with Jane Slater, with Rhett Lewis out there covering Cowboys camp and what Dak looks like today. That's coming your way later this morning. Now, one game we cannot wait to see is Tom to Green Bay for all of these festivities, July 31st. Speaking of Green Bay, our very own Colleen Wolfe and Steve Mariucci, those two will be so fun to hang out with from 10 to 2 Eastern today, anchoring our coverage of Inside Training Camp Live from Green Bay.
That is going to be a lot of fun. So, okay, get ready to jump on one of those little bikes and start riding. Hope you're practicing wherever you are in New York and you're on the bike. Are you doing it?
You know me.
Ready?
Why's it got to be a little bike?
Yeah.
Tricycle.
Why can't it be a big bike?
Like from the Saw movie?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Excellent point. Excellent point to all of you. Either way, you'd mentioned Aaron Rodgers, and he actually spoke to reporters yesterday. What was a riveting press conference to watch. He certainly aired his grievances. However, he is not the only Packer who is unhappy with his current situation in Green Bay. His teammate, wide receiver Devontae Adams, is entering the final year of his contract, and it came out last week that he and the Packers have broken off talks on a long-term contract extension. Adams making no qualms about looking to become the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL, a title currently held by DeAndre Hopkins.
It's not about being a baby, but what other profession do you take less than what you have earned? That's not how it goes. Yeah, I've earned the right to be paid highest in the league, and if they don't believe that or want to come to an agreement of kind of make me feel good about my contract, and I just don't want to make this thing about me too much.
Meanwhile, in other contract news, 49ers quarterback Trey Lance signing his rookie deal on Wednesday. Head coach Kyle Shanahan has made it clear that the third overall pick will start the season as Jimmy Garoppolo's backup. With Lance signing, that leaves Jets quarterback Zach Wilson as the only unsigned first-round pick. And Tom Brady may have gotten the better of Patrick Mahomes in Super Bowl 55, but now Mahomes has some bragging rights over TB12. Here's why. An autographed rookie card of the Chiefs QB recently selling for an all-time NFL record price of $4.3 million. That beat the previous record, which was the Tom Brady rookie card, was sold for $3.1 million back in March. Okay, and guys, I still have my Sean O'Hara rookie card, and I am holding tight to it. I am not giving it up. I don't care what anybody says. I am holding on to it. You hear me, Jonathan?
Sean, you got your cards?
That's a one of a kind. I don't know. Did it come with any bubble gum? I don't know. I don't know if I never even saw it. I didn't even know I had a rookie card.
I have an Nate Burleson one. What's that one worth?
I'll pay you big bucks, Will.
Yeah.
It's worth a little bit more than Sean's. Sean's is worth about 3.2 cents.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just hope I'm not wearing all whites. The all white uniforms and the brown uniform was not a good look.
Not a good look on you?
Cotton ball.
Mid sweats.
Appreciate
Michelin Man.
you,
Thanks, Willie.
Selva, and we'll
Looks
talk
slimming.
to you in a bit. Players
Stay puff.
are back.
like,
Players are back in training camp across the league. It's all very exciting. We've got our reporters all over the place giving you the goods. Fans finally get to see the guys they've been wanting and waiting to see all summer long. So in spirit of summer camp, we here at Good Morning Football wanted to put together a couple of care packages filled with goodies for some of the teams, some specific players and coaches. Let's take a look at what we are sending to locker rooms with something we are calling Camp Care Packages. That was the best part of going to camp. Those Twizzlers that came from Mom, Nate.
Oh, man.
Any candy in there?
No, not
snacks?
me. Not
Laffy
me.
Taffy in there?
You get that
Don't
box.
judge me.
It say, O'Hara,
Joining.
you got something in the mail. You open that box up, you're like a little kid at camp for real.
Nerds.
Yeah, felt like you were doing a bid. Like, oh, man, sent me some good stuff. Thanks, Mom. All right, so I'm going to go with the Cowboys. So what I wanted to do was get some stuff that was applicable to what's going on this season. So give me the box, and we're going to show you what I'm putting inside this care package. One, the golden spoon. You know what that's for. It's for Ezekiel Elliott. You know what? I don't want him eating for real. I want him to stay light.
Okay.
218, you know what? Lose a couple of them.
Maybe skim milk instead of whole milk.
You know what I'm saying?
And go
I want him to
skim.
get down to 215. And then we got 215.
Damn.
And then we got Dak Prescott with Jerry Jones. That's basically to remind you the contract is over. And that's to remind the team. You walk in the locker room every day. You don't have to talk about Dak Prescott getting paid. We know that. Now you're good. Dak Prescott's fine. Jerry Jones, you don't have to address that anymore. Then lastly, you saw the chess set. Amari Cooper apparently loves to play chess. I think it's deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? I think this applies to their coaching staff, more in particular, Kellen Moore, who is one of my former teammates. Kellen Moore, this is on you, man. man. You got all talent in the world, right? You got what you need, wide receivers. Got what you need in running backs. You have the quarterback that you want. Offensive line is solid. So that means you're going to have to play chess this year. You know what I'm saying? And treat training camp like training day. You know, when Denzel was talking to Ethan, he's like, hey, this is chess. This is chess, not checkers. It's chess, not checkers. So go ahead and act like this is chess, because the game plan you're going to have week to week is going to have to be like a game of chess if you guys want to get to a Super Bowl.
So Micah Parsons would be the rook in that equation?
Well played.
We don't know. I'm just asking. I don't make the rules.
I think, he's got to be, but he can go in every direction.
Okay.
The rookie.
King's Gambit over there.
Talk about it. What do you got, Sean? What's in your package?
You went training day there? You might have to do something with that golden spoon if you're talking about training. Get that up in you.
Oh,
Listen, I think I love sending